This is Tom Fox. I'd like to welcome you to the newest addition to the Compliance Podcast Network, the Compliance Tip of the Day. This is the podcast where we bring you daily insights and practical advice on navigating the ever-evolving landscape of compliance requirements. Whether you're a seasoned compliance professional or just starting your journey, my aim in this podcast is to provide you with a bite-sized, actionable tip to help you stay on top of your compliance game. Join us as we explore the latest trends from the Department of Justice, share some best practices, demystify complex compliance issues to help keep your organization doing business ethically and in compliance, and at the end of the day, more profitably. Tune in daily for your dose of compliance wisdom. Let's make compliance a little less daunting, one tip at a time. Now a word from the sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, Ethico.
In compliance, the value of anonymous reporting is undeniable. But with Ethico, anonymity doesn't mean a loss of connection. Our blinded, two-way communication fosters an environment of trust and confidentiality, encouraging open and honest dialogue. It's not just about receiving reports. It's about understanding the story behind each one, creating a culture of integrity and respect. Transform your approach to anonymous reporting with Ethico. Begin your journey at ethico.com/CPN, where you can book a demo, access an exclusive white paper by Tom Fox titled The ROI of Compliance, and utilize our free ROI calculator.
Since COVID, there has been an increasing number of reports of whistleblower retaliation, which of course brings up the topic of psychological safety. I wanted to help you think through some of the ways you can create psychological safety in your organization with a 4-step process. Number one, set the scene. The initial step is to have a discussion with your team to help them recognize their challenges and yours as well. The objective of the discussion is to share ownership of problems. To lead the way. Obviously, you can't simply walk the walk, or rather talk the talk, but you have to walk the walk. As a manager, the best way to show you're serious is to expose your vulnerability around personal and workplace challenges and constraints. 3, take baby steps. It will be a time-consuming process, but well worth it to build trust. Even if you have a healthy culture of psychological safety established around work, remembering this is a new domain, and it could start with small disclosures, then make them larger. 4, set positive examples. It's important for you to share some successes to help move your process forward. Put your marketing hat on and market psychological safety by sharing your conviction that increased transparency is happening and helping a team design new arrangements that serve both individual needs and organizational goals. 5, be a watchdog. This is where the ECI and other findings such as Ethisphere's findings on whistleblower retaliation are the most troubling, yet in many ways the most important. Building any trust in an area takes time, but it only takes moments to destroy. The default is for people to hold back, to fail to share even their most relevant thoughts if they're not sure they'll be well received. When do you take risks of speaking up to be shot down or worse, retaliated against? Well, that communicates the message that you shouldn't do so this time or the next time as well. Building psychological safety and trust is an ongoing exercise. Every compliance professional needs to be a part of this conversation to help ensure both institutional justice and institutional fairness at your organization. While the Department of Justice has not specifically used the term psychological safety, it's clear from their use of those terms, institutional justice and institutional fairness, that they want compliance officers to seek a safe place for employees to raise their hands and speak up. This month's sponsor of the Compliance Podcast Network, including this podcast, is Ethico. Have you ever wondered about the ROI of your compliance program or had concerns with presenting budget proposals to your CFO? Well, I partnered with Ethico to write a white paper on the ROI of compliance and how you can think through compliance as an investment strategy. Ethico has put together a ROI calculator for you. Check them out on the website. This is Tom Fox again. This new podcast, Compliance Tip of the Day, will appear daily. And frankly, it's one of the most requested topics for a podcast that I get on a regular basis. It's going to be short and sweet with one tip with some takeaways that you can utilize to implement into your compliance program. If you've got a question that you would like a tip on, please submit them through our website, and we will use them in an upcoming episode. The compliance tip of the day is a production of the award-winning Compliance Podcast Network.